Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Whitney and this is House and Heart. I am so excited that you're joining me today. I'm going to be doing a complete office makeover in Nate and mine's office. So prior to last year, I didn't have a home office, but now Nate and I share one. And so the furniture and just some of the belongings in here are just mostly like a very eclectic hodgepodge look. Things that have been given to us by former roommates or just different things like that. So my goal in this space is to make it have a consistent aesthetic and feel throughout the room, to kind of make it feel like all the pieces kind of tie together and to make this space very functional. Since Nate and I have our sit-stand desks, we do not have drawers or things like that to put our items in, so we do have to be kind of minimal with this space, and my goal was to make it just a lot more functional. So I'm so excited that you're joining me today. It would mean so much to me if you guys are into home decor, cleaning, organizing, makeovers, things like that, if you would hit that subscribe button so that you're sure to see all my future content. So I'm starting this makeover by first of all decluttering and getting rid of the things in this space that don't belong. So Nate and I had actually just gotten back from vacation over the 4th, and we had a bunch of suitcases and stuff like that that I brought into our bedroom to make sure that our clothes are put away. And then I'm also going to be taking out the furniture pieces that I know I do not want in this space and that don't really match any of the other furniture and things like that. So I did want to kind of make over this shelf and this mirror. So this shelf I actually got from my former roommate. She gave it to me when she left, and it's just a really solid black bookcase. However, I did want to kind of repaint it and make it just seem a little bit lighter for this space, just to make the room feel a little bit larger and to complement our desk color as well. So my wonderful husband Nate helped me take the shelf outside so I could spray paint it. Now I did learn a couple things while spray painting this piece. First of all, it's very helpful to have painter's paper. Nate and I had gotten this originally to help us pack when our house flooded. I will have that video in the description box below if you haven't seen that. However, this worked so well for this space just because I was able to just cut 2 pieces and it worked perfectly for protecting my cement and other items in this area. So one tip I have when dealing with a new spray paint color is to test that color on maybe the back of the piece, as I did, just to make sure that you like that color before you end up doing the entire piece that color. So I decided I did really appreciate this color. It is called Chiffon Cream by Rust-Oleum. It's the chalked version of the spray paint, and I really appreciate just the texture and the look of that type of spray paint. So I did go ahead and spray paint the entire bookcase. Now, a couple things, like I said, I would have done different. Since I'm going from black to basically white, I wish I would have primed it with maybe a less expensive spray paint. This spray paint was basically like around $7, so it really wasn't like breaking the bank. But I did end up having to use 4 of them, so I think I could have saved myself a little bit of money by just priming it. Or they did have the pint size version, so I could have just hand painted it as well. So that was another option. I believe the pint of it was like $21, so I still would have been saving money by doing that. But ultimately, it turned out good in the end, so it just was a little bit more of a tedious process than it could have been. So just kind of take those notes, and if you're wanting to spray paint or make over a furniture piece, just kind of keep that in mind.
Just say the word and we can leave this place. I'll take you anywhere you want. As long as we're together, everything we'll do. You got me going, oh, you got me going, oh. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, let me love.
The next tip I have for making over a furniture piece is using a satin clear enamel. This just helps to give your piece a little bit more durability and to protect the paint from getting scratched or anything like that. Or if you have like a coffee cup or things like that that you're going to put on it, it just kind of helps protect the piece a little bit more. So I typically will want to put about 1 to 2 generous coats of this on, and it turned out really, really good in the end. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a tip to make sure that your piece is protected after all of your hard work. So the next piece I wanted to make over was this mirror. I actually ended up thrifting this mirror from Goodwill, I don't know, probably 3 months ago. And I just really thought this piece was intriguing. First of all, I liked the size of the mirror, and I liked the different characteristics of it. Like, I liked the design of it and just some of the interesting framing it had. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape up this mirror so that none of the spray paint actually gets on the mirror portion. Now, it did take me about 10 minutes to fully prep this mirror, but I would recommend you take that time just because it is going to save you a lot of cleanup and headache later if some of the spray paint gets on the mirror portion. So I just went ahead and cut out a piece of my painter's paper to about the dimensions of the mirror, and then put another row of my painter's tape just to make sure that none of the spray paint accidentally got onto the mirror portion. Looking for a new start. For this mirror color, I am using the Rust-Oleum Universal Advanced Formula in Satin Bronze. I really appreciate this color just because it makes the frame and some of the designs in the frame kind of pop a little. And I also like that it's not like a glam gold, but it's rather like an antique bronze, and that was exactly the look I was going for this mirror. I thought it made the entire mirror just pop more, and I'm so excited to put this in our space. But somewhere go and hide, looking for a new start. Yeah, somewhere go and hide, looking for a new start, for a new start. Looking for a new, looking for a new, looking for a new, looking for a new. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down, don't wanna be stuck in this town. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down. Looking for a new start. Looking for a new start. And voila, I have our beautiful antiquing look mirror. I just think it turned out super, super pretty. I am in love with the color of this and just the size of it. So I think it's gonna go beautifully in our space. So I know I have a different outfit in this video, but it's actually the same day. My husband and I had just gone to church. So the first portion I did in the morning, and this is in the afternoon. And so I'm just starting to clear out the spot in our office that I wanted to put the bookcase in. So this was actually an end table that Nate got from one of his former roommates that he's been using to store some of his office supplies. So I did kind of figure out a better solution for that just kind of fits our aesthetic more. So here I'm just kind of cleaning up just some of the remaining objects and papers that are in the office, and then Nate's gonna go ahead and help me carry that out. I also had to get rid of some of the books that were on the bookcase because that wasn't, even though it's called a bookcase, that really wasn't my purpose for this bookcase. I was going to use it more for storing some of our essential office supplies. And then I know I mentioned in a few of my past videos, but Nate and I are planning on moving into a larger house within our state in the next couple months. So my goal is to have an office that has maybe larger bookcases or cabinets that we can store some of our books, because Nate and I both have quite a few. But for this bookcase in this room, I am going to be just using it more for storing office supplies and just different items like that.
I don't need nobody else.
Alright, so hey guys, I have a light that I got for this office. It's technically Threshold, but it does have Shea is the designer, and so it's usually $70. I got it for $22.50, so I'm feeling very good about this purchase. I thought this would be really cute in like the corner of our office, so I'm going to put it together and then show you what it looks like. So this light was actually incredibly easy to put on. I did have to look at the directions, however, for the final piece, just because you do have to unscrew a little screw and then put it back on with one of the little tools that they give you. But honestly, super easy to put together, and I love the price point of it, and it does meet our aesthetic as well.
I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you. And you got me too. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me.
So I just quick wanted to share with you guys what I'm doing for the items that were in Nate's like little end table there. So he had some office supplies and then a device he uses for physical therapy, because a few years back he like tore his Achilles, so he still uses that device. But yeah, I just kind of put them in here, and so these are going to be a lot more aesthetic in this space. So when I was going to be decorating this bookcase, I was actually thinking of putting the bins next to each other, but then I quickly realized that they didn't fit. So I just put them on opposite ends on different shelves, and I think it looks really, really cute, honestly cuter than I thought. So just sometimes when you are decorating a space or you have an idea for a space, maybe your ideas don't work and another idea does, or a second idea does. And so don't get discouraged, just kind of keep playing around with stuff. Like here, I had the yellow book that I thought I would try, and then I was like, nope, don't like it. I'm going to replace it with a white one. So anyway, all that to say is that when you're decorating, go ahead and be playful, go ahead and be creative. Just a lot of the stuff that I decorate is a lot of eyeballing things and trying out different ideas, and so you're just going to find one that you actually like and then keep it that way. Just because I like pairing things in threes, I did decide to bring my little office chair over here just because I thought it looked like a very cute little reading nook, or just a nook where I can sit and talk to Nate while he works.
I never break away. You know you are the world to me.
I was now moving on to the section of the office that I have my desk in, and so I'm just getting rid of some of our filing cabinets and organizing my desk and underneath it. So I was going to try and find a way to make our cords not so obnoxious because they are everywhere. And so I love my sit-stand desk, but these are just some of the things that you have to strategize over when you have one, especially one that doesn't have any drawers. So here I'm just going to be organizing my desktop and getting that cleared off and neat. So a little bit about what I do for work. I actually used to be a teacher for 5 years, and now I am a mental health counselor and just finishing up my master's program. And so I'm very excited about this profession that I'm in right now. I have a huge passion for helping hurting people, and just kind of coming alongside people in very vulnerable times of their life. But anyway, so I do have 2 monitors. One I usually use for telehealth and the other one I use for like taking notes, or in this case I will be editing my videos here as well. And so I do spend a lot of my time in this office, so I'm very excited to kind of give it a little bit of a facelift. Over here is Nate's desk, and so I'd kind of just been using Nate's desk to put some of the stuff that I didn't quite know where to put, so now I do have to deal with that. And I'm just putting our cords, and we have a game there, and just some of the other stuff that were on his desk. I'm just going ahead and putting them in their designated spots, or moving them to another room that would fit their purposes better. So LOL, I kind of have to laugh about this hanging plant just because this was the saddest looking hanging plant known to man, I believe. So originally I had this like potted plant with hanging leaves over, and then I got these 2 longer ones, and so I needed to actually readdress this hanging plant decor. And so I just kind of started by moving my pot and my little boho hanger there, and then I got this little foam piece that I could stick the plant in, and then I just kind of also noticed that this was a very, very long strand, so I did cut off 2 of the longer ones and put it to the sides to just make it appear a little bit more fuller. This was quite the task, trying to get all of this situated in here, but at the end it does look really good, and I'm glad that I finally addressed this. So next I had gotten the Studio McGee Threshold bench from Target, and it is so cute. And I also had this little pillow from Target that was like half off, and so I just really like how it makes this whole space over here seem a lot more cozy and welcoming, and also a lot less cluttered. And so my plan was to put this mirror above this bench, and so all I needed to do was just quick get a stud finder and find the stud, since the mirror is quite heavy, and then I just marked it with my pencil to put the nail in. So I love a good before and after, and I am so happy with how our office turned out. It looks so much less cluttered and a lot more consistent and congruent with a design and aesthetic. And this just serves Nate and mine's purposes for this space so much more than it did, and it just makes this room feel so much more welcoming and cozy and inspiring, and I'm just gonna love coming to work each day in this office. It would mean so much to me if you found this video inspiring and motivating for you, that if you would like and subscribe to my channel, that would mean so much to me. As always, I hope you guys have an amazing day and keep your house and heart decluttered and clean. See you guys for the next video. Love you!